Here we are. We're live. Hello, everyone. Anyone who's here? Mr. and Miss America and all ships at sea. Whatever the fuck. I don't know. Give me a minute. Let me put on some cheesy royalty-free music. Royalty-free warrior music. Whatever the fuck. There's two people here. All right. Here we go. We got Dustin here already. I don't know if he's here, but I mean, I'm sure he's here. Let's see, Tokyo Lo-Fi, okay, hip-hop beats, whatever the fuck.
This pandemic is crippling families with debt because most people...
Okay, let's turn this off, thank you. Alright, we got some smooth jazz going around and playing. Okay, I'm here, and then all of a sudden everybody leaves. It's my show, and you guys are here before me, and then you leave. Bro. That's obnoxious. That's all right. I don't care. All right. My name's Rich Parada, once again. And I am the artist for the Incantessi. Next, issue 1 is already out. Issue 2 will be out in June, with any luck. And right now I'm doing a cover, an alternate cover for a book titled Greed. Written and produced by Dustin Brunell, and he's a friend of mine. I'm starting to wonder where he is. I hopefully he'll join me in the little podcast. But until then, I am drawing. So here we go. I'll draw in a minute. You know, just like whatever the fuck. All right, we got 2 people. Woo! All right. I sent you 2 links, man. If you want to show up, it's there. Wait 1 second. Great cover, man. Let me know if you need anything. Oh, that's an older post. Okay, all right, there you go. No. I don't need anybody for anything. All right, what's up, Justin? Justin. What's Okay, Dustin Brunell. At the stream.
What's up, bud?
Hey, man. How you doing? Can you see? Yep, there you are. All right. How's it going?
Just hanging out, man. I got the 2-year-old in the other room doing his thing, and figured I'd come in here and hang out with you for a little bit.
Yes, please do so. Please do so. How are you?
Oh, great, man. Just actually just laying down words for issue 3 Agreed right now. So
excellent.
Excited, man. Right. That cover's looking awesome already. Concept is killer.
Yeah, it's always fun. All right. Okay. I definitely posted a bunch of it. Hopefully some people will show up.
Hey, man, you know what? We're more than happy to hang out and talk and shoot the shit.
Well, I don't care. Whatever it is. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm just chilling.
Right on.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of expect this for a little bit because of my persona non grata status over on Facebook. So, it is what it is. I don't care. I mean,
hey, man.
Whatever it is, it doesn't matter to me at all.
That's what's
I'll get back on Facebook eventually, and whatever it is.
Hell yeah! Well, until then, you've still got your fans and whatnot anyway, so it doesn't even fuck that shit.
Well, yeah, I just have to reach out to them in a different way. In a way, this is good because now I can focus on the other channels that I have, just to make sure that I do this. And enhance whatever the hell else I'm doing with this crapola. So
right, man. Facebook's easy, right?
It's supposed to be.
I gotta start using Twitter and stuff, man. Like I've got a Twitter. Shit about
Twitter.
So I've got one. As long as I don't walk around saying twatter, I'm supposed to be okay. So. I do what I can. You know what I mean? I try to behave when it comes to those things, but
I'm not very good at behaving. That's pretty much on me. Give me one. Let me find. Where are my earbuds? Where are the earbuds that I used earlier? Where the fuck are they? God, man. All right. Whatever. I'll just kill the volume on this thing because it's a little distracting.
There you go.
Here we are. Okay. Anybody else on the stream? No. Well, there's 2 people watching, which is good.
Yeah, hell
I'm
yeah.
just trying to figure out, if anybody else is here.
I was
But
trying
yeah,
to
this is
figure
easy
out
and
how
stuff.
to. I shared the YouTube link out.
All right.
But I'm just now getting used to this because we Kevin and I do a show called Camaraderie, so I'm getting used to doing that a little bit, and I'm sure you'll be on there before long. But we're really excited about doing that one, and I'm learning about StreamYard and how to use StreamYard better and all that jazz. And but we also do like the listener show, which is normally on Friday night after Camaraderie. It's a little bit darker, more along the lines of just about the listener and the world we're creating, IPs involved in that series and stuff. The greed included, So we're really excited to be able to do that show. And, I'm trying to get my office, man. So we closed a brick and mortar, right? And we moved to Tennessee. So my office consists of 800 long boxes right now that are nowhere near what they should be, where they should be at, So even in the background right now in our theater space is books galore right now because I'm just trying to get all this stuff together to start putting it up on the Cowabunga website, so we can get rid of this crap and I can focus more and more of my time on just the listener and what we've got going on.
Excellent. I would be honored to appear on your show, and if you wanted me to do anything else or something like that, I'd be more than happy to.
Awesome. Well, we need to get you on. We got. I know that Kevin and I have a Monday. We have some stuff going on with the Madness. If you want to come hang out, I'm sure you're super more than welcome there. I was actually looking to see who would maybe be interested. I was going to reach out to some people today, just to fill some seats, man, to get some cool folks in there to BS and hang out and shop a little bit. We've got we've got CromCon this weekend.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
A lot of fun. I'm excited about that.
Yes, it will be. I'm excited for it like crazy. I really am because it's like, it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. CromCon is always good.
Oh, absolutely, for sure. Well, and that you meet the coolest people at like doing CromCon. Like it's
very true. That's very true.
Like, silly how many awesome people exist and you have no clue. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's just like I found it a fun place to meet like-minded individuals. Speaking of crazy stuff, we've got this show coming up in Nashville, ICCC, and
heard of that.
Man, it's going to be the 16th to the 18th. I'm really excited about it.
What month?
It's called ICCC.
Yeah, but what month is it going to be?
Oh, I'm sorry, April. My fault.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
God.
April, but there's a show, dude. You should check out the Bradenton, Orange County Comic-Con thing in May that's coming up, man. I booked my table for that. Awesome people there, man. And then I know MegaCon is booking right now. We're in the process of putting in our application to do that. Lots of good shows. But, dude, Michael Bean is going to be at ICCC.
What?
Right. And I about shit.
Wow, Kyle Reese is going to be there.
Right.
Kyle Reese.
Oh. So hold on, I'll show you something really cool.
Oh man, don't make me like blow my load here while I'm drawing, dude. That's very unsavory.
So check this out. Totally taking this bad boy to get signed.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Totally taking it. I'm excited.
Oh man, that's so dope. It really is.
And not only, man, are we gonna take that because it is a 3-day show. The Terminator was a big one for us because of our age group, but I think this one even more so will be a good one, right?
Alien.
Yeah.
Hey, Pops is here. What's up, man?
Stoked.
Pops is here. That's a really good alien head. Where'd you get that, man?
That's a sideshow piece, a bust by them.
Dude, that looks awesome.
Right? I'm excited to
That
get
really is.
I mean, I've been like an aliens dork all my life, right? It's like, you know, I've always been a huge fan, and now with him being in the same place, you know, and doing both those huge movies, it was just like cool. You know, and it's right. It's only like a 40-minute drive from my house, so I'm gonna go home every night. So I was like, man, I'll accidentally bring one piece the first day and another the second day. You know, see if I can't run into him. I mean, holy cow! And then
Yeah.
with this show in May, man, this show in May's got DeBalfo will be there, Marissa Pope will be there, I'll be there. So that's like 3 people from the listener that'll be there. That's exciting. I'm really, really pumped about that.
I hope I can. I really hope I can make at least. Well, I'm slated to appear at 3 shows so far. I have to give someone 40 British pounds for a 2-day event. I just hope that table is still there. You know, I'll message her, and if I can, I'll just send over what it is, and you know, just to be absolutely sure that I could do it. I mean, I'm invited to 3 shows. I may be invited to a 4th,
Badass.
and well, let's see. Let's see what happens. You know, because it's like, I mean, I do want to make in a couple appearances in the States at some point. It would be good because you know, obviously, I'm from the States.
Right,
you know,
right.
and I have to see what I can do about that. I mean, I really would like to go. You know, to like get back to the States for a little bit, but I want to be absolutely sure that I can actually do it.
I get that. I think
You know, because it's like, you know, I mean, because it's like the travel money and everything, and
absolutely. Well, like we were talking about, and I was talking to a friend of mine so I've got this buddy, James Hull, that buys from us in the UK, and he was one of like the, you know, the big time buyers. When we did our first Kickstarter, we funded in, you know, November of last year for the first one, and then it was like, he immediately, his store, they bought a ton of product in the UK after that, and it was amazing. You know, it was the first store to ever buy from us. It was a UK store, and those guys have been super cool. So I was looking at ways to bring over artists from other places, and it's funny that the biggest show, one of the biggest shows in the country, is the easiest for me to bring people to, and that's MegaCon, because my uncle Les, my great uncle Les, who was the one that passed away and inspired the listener, we have you know a timeshare and his home there. So it's like, you know, right. So I have 2 houses in Orlando. You know, so it's like, well, if we bring people in, at least we can save them, you know, place to stay. We can save on food and stuff, because the show's only like 45 minutes away from where the houses are at.
Oh man, that's awesome.
You know, all right. So it's like we fly people in, you know, teammates in and stuff, and then, you know, they have a place to stay, they can hang out, they can do whatever they want, and then we go back to the shows, yada yada. Well, it's a 4-day show, so it's more than worth the, you know, hanging out like that.
4-day show, that's incredible.
Well, the last time I did MegaCon with my partner Kyle, we own Cowabunga Comics together. He did this, like, he got a booth as a vendor, right? We were vendoring as Cowabunga, you know what I mean? So, I'm this time I want to get into Writers Row, because now we're getting a little bit more notoriety, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping that we can pull that off. That'd be a lot of fun. And like I said, it's one of the biggest shows in the country. So if we can get in, you know, Writers Row for MegaCon, there's no reason we can't get in just about anywhere we would like to go. So I'm hoping that that's the case. And all the like promoters have been really cool to us so far. You know, I know we're a newer book and stuff like that, but I think that people are enjoying the IPs. You know what I mean? Greed is getting so much amazing press from people, and the book's not even out yet. You know, so it's just been a lot of fun seeing people's response to it. You know,
Excellent. No, I'm very happy about that for you, man. Congratulations.
I appreciate it.
I'm hoping I can tap into that also with what I'm doing.
Man, tap in.
Yeah, I'm hoping I would like to get the numbers that a lot of people already have. And
Well, your book is incredible, though. I mean, it's
oh well,
so
thank you.
fun.
That's very nice of you to say. Thank you. Wow, thanks.
It's like I said, it's, you know, you and I talked about that. My biggest grievance in indie world right now is people not creating their own IPs. I mean, you know, it's like recycling old IPs. You know,
Yeah.
so when you come out with something fresh and new, I think that's the coolest part, because like I've been reading comics since I'm 35 now. I've been reading them since I was like 7. So
Uh-huh.
it's like, you know, you can tell when something is new and cool when you haven't read it before, you know, and
Yeah.
that it brings a lot to the table. And it's just a fun take on stuff. You know, I really enjoy what you've got going on, and anybody that likes, you know, the magic type of stuff, I think it'll be awesome. You know, if you're a fan of Doctor Strange or anything like that, I think that it's definitely right up your alley. Um,
There's a lot of yeah, in the book that I have, there's a little bit of Dark Phoenix in there also,
right? Yeah, for sure.
because this young girl, I mean, she's immediately been, and it's worse for her because she was like, I mean, she was immediately thrust into that world. I mean, really harsh. And what I'm going to do is for the second issue, I have to work in that out of nowhere. What's going to happen is that what will happen is that all of a sudden, you know how like Neo all of a sudden got all the knowledge of like martial arts and stuff by
Right,
did or something like that.
right.
Yeah, it's not going to happen that way for her, but it's both uh both the hero or the main protagonist and her mentor are going to enter some sort of like dimensional bubble where where time speeds up in relative to outside.
That's
So
interesting.
it's like, you know, they're going to spend like a couple of months in there just learning a couple things. I mean, I have to figure out how I'm going to go about doing that,
For
or I
sure.
mean, not, or maybe all the secrets will be revealed and she already has a knack for it to begin with. I think she already does, actually.
It reads
She
like
does.
that. It reads very well that she's you know, she's going to be able to handle this. Like, I feel like the character is very relatable as a you know, a protagonist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that you've tapped into certain things that have made, they're just good decision, like storytelling, really good decisions.
Oh, thank
You know,
you. Holy
your
crap.
we'll call it your villain for the first issue is so cool, like just so cool. And there's things to be said about, um, you know, like I was talking about how you create your own product, right? It's a new product. It's very interesting, your idea for a villain, you know, and I think that's very important because we
Yeah,
get a lot of
the
times.
villain in this one is just a formless thing that
Exactly.
is an amalgamation of a bunch of other formless things, all
Right.
thinking in one certain type of hive mind and with one singular purpose,
And
you
that's
know,
the coolest
to
thing,
destroy
right?
everything. I'm sorry?
It's really cool because a being like that has no remorse. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's very interesting because it makes it to where you have no like strings attached to it, right? It has no, it won't feel bad for things it does, almost like a machine, you know, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
really cool, the concept of that.
It is. I mean, it's definitely like that, and it's the person who shall be nameless in that story, who wants that type of power, is going to discover very quickly that there's no possible way that she can hope to contain that type of power.
Right
You
on.
know, and it's gonna it's gonna be a lot of bad endings for a bunch of people
For sure.
because if I get really good fan response for issue 2, then I know I'm gonna have something, and I'm gonna. I mean, I'm gonna continue the story anyway.
For sure.
But I'll feel more confident in continuing the story after issue 4 because there's something there. I've already thought of a couple of like endings or something, or like possible continuances as time goes by, or if there's enough reaction with it, then I can easily use something else and then just throw it in there.
Right on.
And well, it's going to be one of the characters, one of the characters that's that's supposed to help out Cassandra is going to act like Mephisto or Jason Wingard, the mastermind.
Right.
And I don't want to reveal too much, but he's going to be doing some really, really shady shit. And
see, I love that though, right? Because it makes
yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You have to have some kind of, like with Greed, we have our like a mystery going on through the whole series.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Through the start of the series, first 20 issues, and people joked about the longevity of our series until they started reading it. You know what I mean? It was fun for people to be like, hey, look, you really think because I wrote like 30 issues of The Listener in a month and a half. Like it was.
Wow.
And it really was crazy. It literally it was nuts. And because when Les died, I like lost my mind.
I'm sorry.
It's cool, man. He lived outside of being. I can't say he lived a great life because he went through a lot of stuff. But outside of that, when he did die, he was in a good place. And surrounded by people that loved him. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. But he, when he died, it was literally like I couldn't take my fingers off the keyboard. You know what I mean? It was insane. So I think that the longevity of things is so very important. If you have a character that you can vibe with your fans and they're about it, man. And I think you do. I think so far what I've read is really interesting because, like I said, it's very original and it has that mysticism to it. Like you want to know more about this. You want to know more about what's going on. I personally think that it was a very, very intriguing first issue, man. Like I was with it, man. I'm behind it 100%. So if anybody asks, I'm with it. You know what I mean?
Thank you very much. Yeah, and I really truly appreciate that, man. It's so far. So far, I mean, a bunch of quite a few people have already said, I cannot wait for issue 2.
Right on, man.
I cannot wait for issue 2. And as a matter of fact, let me, where the hell is it? Let me take something out of here and put it in here.
For sure.
I have like too many things in my computer already as it is.
Right.
I have my laptop on my desk. And I have my Macintosh underneath the desk.
There you go.
Yeah, it's like because I'm playing music a lot, but just to be absolutely sure I can do it. All right, where are you? Okay, there, Dustin Brunell. Okay, give me 1 second. This really sucks sometimes. Really, it's like. The internet here is bad. I mean, normally I would have this on my computer as well as on the phone, so I can have 2 cameras, one pointed at me and one pointed at the phone pointed at the drafting table.
Right.
But I can't do that, so I have to be the mysterious man behind the Iron Curtain, whatever fuck. So it's like, where the hell am I going to go with that one? So unless I get an Ethernet connection, which I don't think I can. Let's see. Where the hell is? Oh yeah, snapshots. All right. I'm going to send you these.
Sweet.
These are. I mean, you'll probably have to ignore one of the ads. Okay, but yeah. Let me just see if I can get that through. I have one person talking into the send. Yeah, it's coming through your messenger in a minute. Yeah, that's the art for issue 2 so far.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
You went ham, didn't you? Holy cow!
I've been ham. I've been ham. What I do is if I have an assignment that I have to take care of, like a commission or some sort, I do that during the morning, and then want to be famous by followers. Oh wow, that's someone who just showed up out of nowhere. All right, hopefully that's probably a scam or something. I don't know. But anyway, the hell was I going to say? Yeah, it's like what I do is when I finish a page of work that I have to finish, if I do it for another client, I usually finish that page in about, I don't know, about 4 hours or something. So when that's done, I have the rest of the day to do whatever the heck I want because, it's like, all right, I can finish the next page on that assignment the next day.
Right.
So what I do is, what I simply do is just I in the afternoon, I manage to do another page of the Incantessi. And if I have even more time, I thumbnail about 3 or 4 pages out.
Bro.
And then once I do that, I have them set. I have them formatted. I already have an idea of I already have the knowledge of where the dimensions are supposed to be, how big the file is supposed to be, how much extra it needs to be here and there, and it's like I already have a template that I can format into everything.
Right.
So I'm good. I'm ready, and I already have I already have my method of coloring down pat. So it's not going to be a stretch if I could put out a 48-page graphic novel every 3 months and have it finished before the Kickstarter's done, before the Kickstarter begins.
Dude, I'm
That's
going to say this
to make sure that I can finish all of that, because lettering will take like maybe a week.
Right.
Coloring takes about 2-3 weeks. Or a little bit more, and penciling and inking takes 2 months.
If you guys are not on the book right now or paying attention to the Incantessi, there's literally something wrong. We need to make sure that more and more people pay attention to it because
it'll definitely show. It's definitely gonna pop out. It will at some point, especially when I start hitting cons.
Well, this man, the stuff you just sent me, and I'll say this because I feel like that's the way it works, right? The stuff you sent me blows away book one. Like,
thank you.
Like,
good. Like, that's what I want.
Right.
Book one was the table setting. Book one was just the table setting.
Absolutely, and I feel like that's how the first issues work, right? Issue 1 and issue 2 are like that. Issue 1 builds up issue 2, and then it's just like, holy cow, you know what I mean? Look at where we are now. You know what I mean? We've come through issue 1. We've learned how to do this. This is how our character, even simple things, even like motion, right? This is how our character moves a little bit better in book 2 than they did in book 1. Or even, and I think that, as an artist as well, and it may sound strange to people that aren't in the industry or pay close attention to it, but I think when you draw a character for the first time, like or the first issue that you work on that character, it's very new as well, even to you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, very much so. Absolutely.
So getting into book 2, it's almost like you're comfortable together. You feel better about how the character would react, how their facial expressions would be, and now you're in this place where it's just like, look, we've known each other for years now. We're we're not new anymore. You know what I mean? Now we've been together for some time. So it's very obvious in the art you just sent. And I'll say this: my books are really gory. Like my books are really gory, and
I love it.
Right. But the fun thing about us is in my books, I use it's more of the event that I try to shock you with than the amount of gore. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm showing you because a lot of times it occurred. The grossest stuff in the listener, the goriest stuff in the listener was inspired, for the most part, in the early issues, was inspired by events that really happened. So it's like, holy cow, until we get into gods and stuff like that, until we get into the sins, until we get into, the stuff that ties in with greed, there's a lot of, real events that are baked into the listener. So I love what you just sent me, man. Like
Thank you.
there's I think my favorite panel is the face, and that's all I'm gonna say about it.
Which one?
The like I'll say decaying because that's not what's happening, but you know what I mean when I say it. It's like
That one. Oh yeah, that one. Oh,
gosh.
yeah, that she died. She dies well.
Right.
It's up there. It's really bad. Like she just you're talking about the one where she shows up and the two of them are about to knock boots, and then all of a sudden it's like she plays cockblock for a sec, but then all of a sudden it's like she knows she's about to die, and Amelia is like, oh my god, no, not you, and all of a sudden like her mouth opens and it's like,
I wasn't
yeah, that was nuts.
too much, but wow, what a panel.
Yeah.
What a well-designed panel. I mean, like,
thank you. Yeah, that one was that one's gonna be fun. And the way I just now that's funny because it's like the way that I set that panel up, and I'm like, all right, the next page better be just as friggin' good. It better not suck.
Right. So I put a stipulation on us as a team with the listener, and it started with we got through the first book and we were killing it and having a great time, Eric and I, and everybody was like, hey, all of our close friends that were involved were like, hey, look, this is the first book. You got to give it everything you got in book 1, right? Everything you got, because it sells book 2. And I was like, okay. So the very last page of book 1 wasn't even in there till like a week and a half before print. And it was like everybody was like, well, they didn't know if it would work. Like it was like, hey, look, we don't know if people are going to get it. The vibe may not be there. And I was like, just listen, hear me out. Do the page, full art page, and it's the first time we showed off the spirits in the listener. The fact that the listener could see the undead, and everybody was like, it's wild because of the color. We use the blues and whites, to notate that they're spirits in the living realm. And it was such a fun panel. And everybody was like, I don't know. I don't know. And the feedback, everybody's favorite page, aside from our gory splash pages, is the last page of the book. And so what we did was we basically put it on ourselves to make sure that when, the second book came out, the last page would smash the last page of the last book,
Nice.
And it's just become a personal deal that I always want to make sure that we're giving people that wow factor. And I think the Incantessi has the wow factor, it really does.
I hope so. I'm debating on whether I should take the double page spread that you see, like the one where they're in the house.
I love it.
I'm wondering if I should make that the last page and then go into the epilogue, which if you see there's 4 pages where it looks like one of the remaining Incantessi is running through Italy or something and dodging that exploding house, whatever the frig it is.
Right.
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to utilize that, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build the story around like that's supposed to be when they capture the Wrath.
Right.
And the way that I have the story unfolding is one of the cast members, through a hellish accident, winds up going back in time to that moment right after, and then says, it's like, why are you here? Who are you, stranger? And then she's like, I don't know. So it's going to be one of those things where it's like, what's going on here? Why did this person go back in time? And I'm going to go with the scientific quote unquote theory that time is relative and it moves at the same pace, even if you go back in time.
Absolutely.
As you're moving forward, so is time moving forward from the point that you left.
Right, for sure.
Yeah, because they use that theorem in Days of Future Past.
Right.
They use
Absolutely.
that theory in Days of Future Past, when the Sentinels were attacking for the last time. And
Mhm.
it was like maybe at the last possible moment that Mystique decided not to kill President Lincoln.
Right. Well,
So
it makes
it's
it a
like,
very interesting concept, right? Even if you go back in time, you don't know that you'll be able to change it fast enough to be relevant. And I think that's
exactly.
what makes time travel interesting, right? Because it has you and I talked about a form of time travel yesterday. It makes it a very infinite world of possibility. You
Yeah.
know, look at the Terminator. How many ways they've done the Terminator, and I mean, even the extended universe of the Terminator. Holy crap! It's really well written stuff. The comics were great, and it built a whole nother world on the concept of time travel. The first big one we got was Back to the Future, right? That was huge, right? And it created this concept of what time travel could be. But with the Terminator and having so many different outlets and so many different ways that it was put out by Dark Horse, the novels
Yeah.
were put out, it opened a whole realm of maybe we're wrong about time travel. But then the more you read into it, the more you see it, it's like, well, maybe there is no right for it. You know what I'm saying? If it continues to move, how do we know that we're gonna, we're not creating another pocket universe almost, or realm, by doing what we're doing, and we're not actually helping the people that we wanted to help. And I think it's a very intriguing concept.
Well, it is. I mean, the Flash did that beautifully. Went with that limited series, like the
For sure.
what was that? The what paradox? I forgot what it was. The
Yeah,
Flashpoint paradox.
yeah,
When
that was amazing.
everything when everything was changed as a result of him saving his mother's life,
Absolutely.
which I found a little bit strange, because it's like, I mean, the rocket that flew in, that carried baby Kal-El, I mean, it's not like the Earth would slow down for like a millisecond, and then, the pod carrying the baby Kal-El will all of a sudden land in Metropolis instead of Kansas.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out how that works. I mean, I
Well,
can see Bruce Wayne getting killed,
right.
but I'm trying to figure out that it's like, wait a minute, how is it possible that all of a sudden, the pod carrying Kal-El lands in Metropolis?
Well, that's you've been in comics long enough. That's the whole boof thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm like, that shouldn't happen. I mean, the only thing
Absolutely.
the only possible way that could do anything is if all of a sudden there was like when Barry, went back in time to save his mother, there had to have been some sort of shudder in the space time continuum, and that could have. I mean, if I'm going to be like, super Star Trek, improvisation,
Right.
hey, use this, and then it'll fix the warp drive.
Right.
I'm thinking that it'll be something along the lines of like a gravity wave emanating from the point that Barry re-entered into the time realm, and it could have pulsated outward, radiating from the Earth, which of course, the ship carrying the baby from Krypton, it's on a direct course to Earth. So once the gravity wave, radiates outward, it's almost like powers of 10.
For sure.
The area just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and then all of a sudden,
Right.
I mean, the gravity wave is so weak when it hits the embryo ship, but it's enough to hesitate it first, like maybe not even a second,
Well,
and
this
a
is the
second can
butterfly
make
effect,
all the
right?
difference between landing in Kansas or the Atlantic Ocean.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, I think I think that does apply. I think the butterfly effect is used in so many different concepts.
Yeah, it is.
And I believe wholeheartedly that if a and I tried to get on board with Flashpoint, like in several different ways, because I didn't get into DC till I was midway through my 20s, and it was like, holy cow, the Flash and Green Lantern and Batman, those were the characters that I followed at that point. But it was like, they also talk about Barry having the ability to almost change time when he chooses. You know what I'm saying? And that becomes a, like, how do we know he doesn't do it more frequently? You know what I'm saying? How do we know that he doesn't go back? If someone died that he was supposed to save, morally, how do we know that he hasn't done it? So my viewpoint on the way they're doing things is, how do we know that he didn't do it multiple times and that caused a butterfly effect? You know what I mean? The effect pushes, the wave of energy, just like we get the tornado or hurricane or whatever, has pushed it over just a little bit. And there's always that little nuance with a comic book, that we can change to better, just change enough to either give the concept of, this is how we wanted it, or it's the concept of, this was done unintentionally, but look how great it looked. I think one of the biggest examples of that was when Dark Horse used to do amazing crossovers back in the day, right? Like crazy crossovers with Aliens and Predator and everything else.
Did they do the Predator Magnus Robot Fighter?
Yeah, they did that.
Oh God, I love that one. Oh,
so good, right?
Oh man.
They did Predator Tarzan. They did Predator, AVP versus the Darkness. AVP versus Witchblade. Some beautiful, beautiful pieces. Stories were amazing to those books if you were a fan. But they did. I think I had the two that stuck out to me. That involved like time travel and whatnot. They did a Alien versus Predator versus Terminator, and it was so fun.
Where do you begin? It's like, what do you do now? It's like, it's like, that's it. You're good.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm just blown away by it.
They brought Ripley into it, and Ripley is only in like one other actual comic book. So it was a lot of fun, and it was about Skynet trying to use the xenomorphs and create, because Giger's original, they were very robotic, you know what I mean, when he first designed those aliens.
Yeah.
And they still carry that that look to this day, but Skynet wants to make them into their perfect killing machines. So you have this group of predators that join forces with Ripley to fight aliens and Terminators.
Oh my God!
It was so.
Are you serious?
But it was so much fun. Like, it was
holy shit! Oh my God, that would be so fucking dope! Oh my God, I'm geeking out. I just geeked all over myself.
Right, it was ridiculous how cool it was. And then they did one that was a lot of fun with the Darkness. Mark Silvestri's Darkness. And, that was amazing, because very, very rarely did they show the female predator, right? And so they did this one where the Witchblade joins with this female predator to fight a alien that has incubated in one of the Darkness demons.
Oh shit!
And it was so cool.
Oh my God, that's nuts!
It was really, really cool. They've had all kinds of fun concepts over the years, with stuff like that. I think my favorite Alien book had to be Deadliest of Species, though. It's really dark. It was like a 14-issue series about this.
A while.
Oh man, first at that time period, for sure. It was like a so how they had the synths, right? The synthetics were all over the place in Aliens. Well, you get to the point in the future where they've created like sex bots, and they this one realizes that she's somehow becomes sentient, and realizes what she is.
Oh man.
And doesn't want to be one anymore. Well, she ends up becoming that way because she's damaged by a predator that's killing people in this like hunting place that they've created, and like big game and stuff. And she gets damaged and ends up like having this tit for tat with this female predator and aliens over years. And it's a really cool concept, because it's the only time you ever see another female predator, and she called her Big Mom, and I thought that was like the most interesting concept. For
I have missed so much good stuff of late. I really have.
Well, I mean, those books are 30 years, almost 30 years old.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. It's just that it's like I keep missing all the good stuff.
Well, as the creator, you do though, because you're so busy creating, and like I've noticed now, like myself, right? So at Cowabunga, we have a diamond account, of course, and it's
Oh,
like,
congratulations!
well, no, I appreciate it, man. Like I said, I had a brick and mortar, and we had a diamond account, and now we've got one with the online shop, which is great. But it's like, I never end up picking up books for myself hardly at all anymore. In the past, like I buy them. They're all down in Florida with Kyle at our headquarters and whatnot, but I don't ever get the opportunity to read them anymore. And it's not lack of wanting to, it's just time. You know what I'm saying? It's literally like with the listener, we worked 8 months on the first issue before we went to Kickstarter. And all of a sudden it was like I had this goal to not be forgotten. And I think that's one thing that indie creators have to understand. One of the biggest things it takes is time and money to put out a comic book.
Yeah, it is.
And when you get to at least if you want to treat your team fair, that's all I can say about that. If you don't want to, that's your business, but time and money, in my opinion, if you're going to be good to your team, it's time and money. And it gets to this point where you're most people aren't putting out books but once every 6 months or once every 4 months, and whatever else. Some people a year, and with the listener, I was like, I don't want to ever be forgotten, because we worked so hard to show the book off and stuff, and then after 6 months, you're kind of like, what's happening? Or what? You're almost selling to a brand new audience, and not that you don't have fans, but it's still like it's a revitalizing thing you have to accomplish.
Agreed. I mean, this whole thing with the social media thing, it couldn't have happened I mean, I guess it's not going to be too bad because the ban will be lifted on April 17th.
Right.
For me, and the Kickstarter will be in. The Kickstarter itself is going to be in June.
Yeah.
But because of that, I was going to do it for June 1st, but I may postpone it until like the second weekend of June.
For sure, I can understand that.
Just go from there, and do like a 25-day Kickstarter or something along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, it becomes this like, so like I was saying about that is it becomes a. I wanted to put the listener out as often as I could put it out. You know what I mean? And that became a project in itself, because with the listener, it was me and Eric, and then the cover artists, and Kyle doing the lettering for that. And then, but with this though, like I said, we went from a team of like 5 to like a team of 15. And everybody getting paid, everybody continuously getting paid, and that's because the how's it going, Sophia?
Hi, Sophia. Hi.
Is paying for itself now. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest thing. I think once you can show that the book carries itself, then you can do a little bit more. And with the listener, I was just like, well, I'm going to invest again, just like I did, or with Greed, just like I did with the listener. I'm going to invest again, and with the more you're seen and the more you're known, and you're faithful to your clientele and you're faithful to your fans and stuff, you can start introducing other product to them, other really cool stuff.
Oh my God. Oh wait, damn it. My phone's dying.
Oh no. I think he's going to plug it in. I'm sure he's going to plug it in. He's good. But yeah, it's exciting to be able to do that, and to show people different aspects of the worlds you create and such. So let's talk about that awesome face that's going on right there for Oz. How cool is that? That portrait's awesome. Sure, Rich will be back. Plug that phone in. Speaking of plugging phones in. Well, so I'm sure Rich will be back in just a moment. Let's see if we can't. I have no controls over in here because we're not in my StreamYard. So anyway, how are you guys doing today? Rich is back.
Sorry.
You're good, man.
Nah, my phone it was absolute crap. It's dead at this point. My phone's dead.
No.
Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna try and charge it. It's like I had no issue with it before. I'm sorry to every member of my audience. I apologize for that. It was my phone is 2 years old. The battery's gonna die. Dustin, tell us a joke. Okay.
I'll tell you a joke. You know, I got one. Fuck me, I don't have one. That's the joke, I guess, because I should, because I've got a 2-year-old. I should have plenty of jokes that I can just whoop off the top of my hat. I have no jokes, but I think that we all understand the phone dying thing very well. We all go through that. I mean, especially when we're trying to do a stream, and it happens at like the most inopportune moments.
Yeah.
It happened to us at a show a couple years ago. You know what I mean? We were trying to go live from a show, and it was like the phone was trying so hard to get a signal through those massive buildings that it was like, you know, it's not even going to make it.
I know. It's a real pain in the butt. But what I'm going to do is what I will do as soon as I get paid from all the other stuff that I have to take care of, I'm going to get a webcam that I can attach by USB port.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then I'll just put it in there, so the computer itself will just continuously power it, and I won't have to worry about that so much.
Right on. I got
the only thing I'll also have to worry about is when the router comes out a little bit more. I think what I'll do is I'll get if it has it, I'll get a very long Ethernet port. I think I have something here. I mean, one way or the other, or I'll get like an HDMI, and I'll just connect it so the internet signal will just reach that, and I'll never have to worry about it again. This thing is not going through without its growing pains. So it's like,
I promise.
Yeah, it's you know, this is the second time that it happened, and I'm not going to tolerate it anymore. So I need to make absolute certain that I will make sure that this page is going to be completely viable, because it's one thing if I lose it on a Facebook page, you know, but I'm losing it on a damn YouTube page that I just started, and I'm trying to get to 100 followers so that I can create a URL that anybody can see. That'll be like the easiest one to, like, you know, copy or paste or whatever the hell.
For sure, absolutely.
You know, because it's right now it's like XTVLUCKY9 jizz dick. I don't know. And then it's just like all over the damn place, and I'm like, motherfucker. You know, it's like But yeah. So what I'm gonna do, what I have to do, and now I have 3 people here, which really sucks because I really want to see the 3 people. And I want to continue going, but I got to stop. And what I'll do is I'll finish this up. I mean, all I have to do is just put in like the distortion of the area that, you know, that's being occupied. So I'll do that. It's almost done. You know, the penciling's almost done. And if I will definitely have some time tonight. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably go on Facebook and probably ink it on Facebook. Are you going to be available for the rest of the day?
Oh man, I've got a show. I'll be available the rest of the day your time, because your time is crazy different than mine. So
it's 4 hours. What state are you in again?
I'm CST, so it's 12:24 here now.
Okay, it's 5:20. I'm 5 hours ahead of you.
Right. So yeah, I'll be free all day for your time.
Okay. All right. So I'll probably go live again, maybe around 8 or 9 o'clock my time, which will be 4 o'clock yours, you know, whatever. And I'll make sure that I send out a notification or something. But yeah, I'm sorry. It's almost done. It looks really good.
It does look really good. We were talking about it while you were gone.
Oh boy. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. And All right. Anyone here? There's 4 people here right now. Anybody here who hasn't connected with me on social media or has only seen like the YouTube for the first time, like and subscribe. And there's an offer here, which I made earlier before. Anyone who likes and anyone who subscribes to my YouTube channel up until I get 100 people to follow me will get a digital copy of the first issue of Incantessi.
How do you beat that? That's
You don't beat it. You really don't. So it's like I just have to like make sure that I got to get that out there.
Right,
so I'm going to do that on my live show also because I really want to bring up the YouTube channel because I'm going to do once everything is clear. I'm going to do the Facebook and I'm going to do the YouTube. Absolutely. And then I'm also going to do the Twitter as well, even though it's not Twitter, it's Periscope, but it goes to Twitter. I don't know how the hell it works. It's just stupid.
It's just
anyway,
it does what it's supposed to.
Yeah, I know. I don't really care. Anyway, so let me get going.
All right,
I'm going to show this to you later when I finish it, and I'm going to ink it tonight.
Right on. Let me know if you want to go live. I'll come on.
No, I will. Well, the first thing here's the thing. It's because it's like I'm going to ink it traditionally, right? But I have to take a picture of it, and I have to put it into the computer.
Right.
And I have to throw it in the sketchbook. I have to ink this twice.
Oh, wow.
Well, because I don't have I don't have the driver for this printer, and it has the bed that I can scan it, like scan half and half, but I don't have the driver for this. Is an older printer.
Right on.
I mean, all you have to do is attach it to the laptop, but it doesn't. I don't have a driver for this thing.
Gotcha.
And I have a Chromebook. I don't really have a laptop per se, and it's like Chromebooks are they're shit. I mean they're made for one purpose only. To watch internet stuff and and social media and all that crap. It's not meant for anything else than what it is.
Right. I gotcha.
But yeah. As soon as I the one thing I want to do more than anything else is make sure that I get everything set up because I feel like I have something here.
You do, and your presence will be, and I'm going to do everything I can as well to push your stuff, man. Because like I said,
likewise, you got to give me your stuff too, and I'll do the same for you,
right
sir.
On.
That's an easy thing to do.
Absolutely. So what we'll do is we'll do everything to get. I think I've also got the listener beginnings comes out in June. I think we're going to Kickstarter for that one. So what I'll do is I'll figure out a way to cross promote with you as well. So we'll also get more of the Incantessi out there, man. It'll be a lot of fun.
I want to do the same thing for the listener.
I appreciate it.
You know what I would love to do? I mean, I would love to commission one of your artists to do a pinup of Incantessi because I'm doing that now.
Let's do that.
I'm doing that now.
I'll talk to Marissa and see if she's interested in doing that, or I'll talk to see if Mike's interested. Those are my big time pinup-y people. Okay. I'll see if they're interested. I'm sure, if they've got time, they're more than happy to. They're good folks.
Okay.
And then I'll let you know. Don't even stress that shit because we'll be talking. No worries. I'll take care of it.
All right, man. Let me get going.
This little dude some food. I can hear him in the background acting like a hoodlum. So anyway, holler at me later and we'll get together.
I will, man. I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Yes.
Bye. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. I'm sorry about the snafu, whatever the hell it's supposed to be. That wasn't meant. I still have to fortify my studio a little bit more, but it's getting there. Thank you all for showing up. And I'm going to do this again, but I'm probably going to go on Facebook for this one. As soon as I finish inking this piece over here, as soon as I finish penciling it, as soon as I finish penciling it, I'm going to start inking it over on Facebook, and we'll go from there. And I can't wait for you to see this thing. I can't wait for you to see more stuff that I'm going to do. If I didn't get banned from Facebook, you'd see a hell of a lot more, but you will. All of you will. And I think we're going to be okay. Let's hope. I'm in the middle of the road. I'm not optimistic or pessimistic. I'm just like, let's see what happens. Let's take it one day at a time, which is the only thing you can do. So I will see you all later. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I love you all. Bye.